You're here, little one. I saw some memory fragments By salvage, I mean to slowly get close to those memories and then exert my Memo Keeper power to retrieve. There are too many discarded things in the sea of stars. I once felt regret for those that were lost without a trace. But settle down. Allow me to manifest.
Do you want to enter the forgotten?
What's up, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the xianzhou La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the xianzhou La Fu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the La Fu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of this...
Well, things aren't getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go.
Blast? Expedition?
Yeah, wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast.
So we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
The xianzhou La Fu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
No need to worry. The War Dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the xianzhou ships. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush.
This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Lawfu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the xianzhou Lawfu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, Marge, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
What do you two think? I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the xianzhou Lawfu.
Kalinga Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about... Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. But by the way, Danhung, this time you'll be taking a...
And just let you two wander around aimlessly. Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor, and since he has extended an invitation...
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories, you know? Well, it's nothing too poetic. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived at the xianzhou ship. This time, we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth. Quite unusual, I must say. I'm just hoping for the best. You're the one jinxing us. Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jingyuan sent him to welcome.
Let's wait for him and...
Hey, you guys! Hold on. Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the xianzhou Lawfu?
We know a little bit about it.
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh, we just left there. Huh.
That's great. Do you know any musts?
Exactly! Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance.
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring...
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommission. The radiant feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks, before we can board it. We've still got work to do.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kind...
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions. suggestions. Oh, yeah! Fixed stroll.
Supernatural? I don't.
Ooh, it does sound interesting. Let's go.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? What?
There you are! Everyone, this way! Hey, everyone! It's been a while.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you.
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yet,
We've only been away for a few months.
Huh? What are you doing?
Sorry, but after our previous adventures, I've become suspicious.
Do you have to be suspicious around me, too?
You know, the last time we came to the xianzhou, the first person who...
I get it. Better safe than sorry.
seriously, I've never seen the Luofu, so
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But...
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who've come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskip Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the xianzhou Luofu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships. Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abomination, but Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war. If only I could witness her proud...
by the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in...
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
Watch out for
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him. Borison? Why are there Borison here? This ends now.
In the mood for another beating?
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! Who invited you? Set to the sea, go play!
Not good. Thanks for the help. Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my... Wait, my sword! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our...
While we appreciate your rescue, my xianzhou friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology.
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu.
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution. Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a star skiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision.
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic...
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the... Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Zhu Ming envoys saved them? Sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Zhu Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure? You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the star skiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport star skiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the... Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. Their abominate... The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the xianzhou Luofu.
Yeah. That's what I find strange, too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer. Thank you, but it's... By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
Don't remind me. All right, let's not keep the...
Don't worry. There aren't...
sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Success or failure?
How time flies.
It's been a long journey, Elder Huayan. Thank you for your presence.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were me.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. Sure, how couldn't I have? It's not often we find such moments to reunite and enjoy one another's presence.
Since when did he and General Jing Yuan become such good buddies, Dan Heng? They seem to be having a great time.
A lot must have happened without our knowledge. At least, I hope that's...
Allow me to introduce you to General Huayan. He's the Arbiter General of the xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming...
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, the same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jing Yuan? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid the Luofu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you, should...
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
It's you!
Oh, it's you.
Oh, you two already know it.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble.
Oh? Now you've...
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskiff Haven.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in...
Yes, it is. Now that...
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Zhuming, when you lose your... As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner.
But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark...
Hold on a sec, Yunli. You took my sword without even...
So much for Luofu's sword.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But with all due respect, you don't honor your sword.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with sword...
Yanqing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful.
You too.
Hey! Who's...
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who is among those ranks today...
Such grandiose...
Well, everyone, Elder Huaiyan and I have... I'll find another chance to talk with you all.
That's so kind of you.
Please forgive me for coming.
You needn't apologize, General Huaiyan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating...
I'm on it. This is the report xianzhou just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the general has given me... Well, it's not exact. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing...
You're overthinking it, Jinyuan. As I said, however, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specific. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet?
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to, and
You must be the messengers from the xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead.
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword. No need to bother. The Juming envoys won't be leaving the Luofu anytime soon. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but...
Reserved?
Maybe I'm just...
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum...
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing...
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jingyuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other xianzhou ships. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and...
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential...
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from which, once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was...
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally see that the General is under tremendous pressure right now. But I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on. Don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness...
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right? What's with you turning into a scaredy cat?
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
reason with you xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying.
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Arum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected...
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint direct... I was gonna ask you the same thing. Why do I keep running in? Staying on the xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yan...
Trouble caused by the IPC? I'd say it...
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikwe. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomat. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you.
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our...
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're...
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double-check. Second,
even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Luofu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't...
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security.
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter...
This Mr. Scott. I heard how you helped Arum Alley. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right?
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations, too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC...
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong...
Can you give us an exact amount, Mr. Scott? If there's any damage after the inspection, the Skyfaring Commission will compensate you.
The Skyfaring Commission. Yeah, they will compensate you. Provided a detailed report of the death.
I don't doubt the financial strength of the Skyfaring Commission. However, this is not just about money. Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
I'm pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild. Almost like fam.
What's all this nonsense? Even if you were married to him, we both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and...
Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that you're on their turf, shouldn't you follow?
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the xianzhou, but if I violate the IPC regulations, I'll be in deep trouble when I... Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the xianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
Could she be? Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the xianzhou Zhuming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well.
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same. According to the import and export regulation signed between the xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of... Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure...
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the sky...
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection. Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparent. Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
This lady...
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Turn it off.
How unexpected. That was a surprise.
I want to know more.
Confidence.
Some value, I suppose. Eternal. This is
Nice like a good brew. Full, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
grace and elegance. Firefly,
Step up,
every
let's see it.
petal in life, all will be swept away by the wind. There's more to life. Existence is unity.
Time to mix things up. Support received. In the mood for another beating?
Like fire until everything burns to ashes!
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Set the seas aflame! This is more fight. Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine...
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borisin attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to... I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that... I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. You must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving... Ew! It's still early. So why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions.
I'd be happy to...
And you three are coming too, right?
The news is spreading pretty fast.
All these years, and the view at the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit. The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us, Vidyadhara...
You're a Luofu native?
Yes. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Don Hung. I traveled far from home, and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark.
Well, once a seed is in my humble opinion. My bad. Well, since you went through the entire ambrosial arbor crisis first,
what would you like to discuss?
I was lucky and honestly, the alchemy...
Well, the Vidyadhara and the
I may not know.
I see. Thank you. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the ambrosial arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong the just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Our xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the... Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end... And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of... Alas, why is your face turning... Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age...
Lingsha, you're back! I've been waiting...
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to...
What a small... You stole my sword! Give it...
I see. Let's...
Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me?
Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming...
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just... You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's it.
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
Between these two, who do you think is tougher, Dan Heng? Don't get me wrong. I'm just curious.
Get ready to...
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is...
Well, since you don't approve...
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your... I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still in...
Clearing out some abominations?
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss...
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs any...
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being... Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest,
Lingsha...
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you...
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready? Ugh. Looks like my predecessors left. Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't hurt...
Can we start now?
Time for swordplay! Strike with heart!
In the mood for another beating?
Burns to ashes! Fight to land!
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to his sword to actually have some skill.
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Bladed flight!
You've got style with those moves, but you're not striking where it counts. It's such a shame to see you misuse your sword like that.
That's all you got? It ain't over.
Set the scene ablaze!
Strike with heart! I will claim fight!
Step up, let's see ya.
Eternal.
How many can you block?
Enjoying yourself?
Practice is over. Swords descend!
Every petal and light, all will be swept away by the wind.
Time for swordplay!
That's all you got? Set in position. Detonate.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Set the scene ablaze!
Bladed flight!
That's all you got? Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
me block!
That's all you got?
This is more Sex in the Sea.
Time for swordplay! I win, Miss Yunli! Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and then go consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword? As I don't have the
All you did was chop down a few monsters. If you think you can just take this sword from my hand...
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to...
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will. I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to... However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve...
grudges? No, not at all.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords, and she swung hers.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you.
The Merlin's Claw of the xianzhou.
Looks like I'm quite famous on the xianzhou Luofu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the Great General.
Great General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and it sounds much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds well. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the Seat of Divine Foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh... Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering.
But... I know you're going to say...
But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters,
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now.
Are you treating General Jing Yuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few...
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you.
Well, life and death, Zhao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the xianzhou's spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my day. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated... You asked if I view General Jing Yuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Here's some tasty food. So...
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long...
Hey! Was that the Yao Qing general who just dropped in out of... I mean, when Yun Li swung that map...
Mind.
Yeah. But to go up, you think so too, right? Can't you put a little more enthusiasm?
Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. The war dance is coming up. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there,
Don't underestimate yourself. After all,
I see. Thanks.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yao Qing and the Ju Ming.
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth.
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder White. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus.
Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Hu Xuan. She's been summoned to the Yuchui for questioning. There are a lot of doubts within the Alliance about this whole situation. But despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate... Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never...
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yao Qing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
No.
This old man's words. Oh?
The Marshal ordered me to come to the xianzhou Laofu, but the document only says... No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is...
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's order?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Xiao's? And whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. Oh, by the way, I've... Yes, it's this case right here. There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the xianzhou Laofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Laofu would be the Ringmaster.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. how can I assign her as the ring?
I'm no match to you when it comes to joke.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days, I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Zhu-Ming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword. Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its...
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end...
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested...
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever.
Not to be rude or anything. We've been watching their drama.
Quiet down. We have other guests here. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring. Which could lead... We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize...
How does that...
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the War Dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two...
Huh?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed...
Wait. Are you serious, Jenna? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be so embarrassing.
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that.
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The War Dance is the perfect opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General Huayan. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me?
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start.
Looks like March's curiosity.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really...
So Miss Yunli has already agreed.
General, I haven't graduated yet.
So you're admitting your defeat, huh?
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights.
I see, General.
Now that Yang Qing has agreed too.
It's up to you. At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target. Then I'm on board.
Great. Starting tomorrow, Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March.
You're too kind. Wait, you're giving me a gift? General Huayan's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? I think we strayed off topic. How did things...
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss.
Because General Huayan wants us to stick around on the Luofu. But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yunli into this. What began as a simple contest between two swordmen.
Elder Huayan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because in the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but... As the Luofu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.
I know.
The illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong?
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up?
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachio?
Jiao Cho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the alchemy. Given my background, I'm happy to have me.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and as your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the...
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear although the report from the Luofu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded, or how exact. As you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin. The Luofu preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lune to re-enter the Luofu. thereby unlocking the luminescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Videotera's dutiful watch over the Emperor. It is for these reasons that I have come here. Well, duty calls. Perhaps.
I understand. I'm sorry. The Law Fu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements.
That's true. And that's why I'm also here for...
Hule? You mean that Hule? The Borisin warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned?
The nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but...
Usually, only emissaries from the xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century.
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be given the situation on the Law Fu. Those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. I'm afraid that's why I was sent here. To read. Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining.
Tell me.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. However, someone had seen before.
Our people? Or
no, neither.
Did I?
Brew some leaves and enjoy a luxurious liquid.
There you are.
You haven't forgotten about...
Hey, why are...
This is, let me make it clear. Swordplay training... I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the war dance.
Is it too late for...
You need to toughen up and...
You're so... by the...
I've found a quiet spot.
Seriously? It's the first day, and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Law Fu so laid back?
Master Yun Li, you're...
Oh, wait. Were you trying to teach her in secret?
I'm just showing you what Law Fu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the place of learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Law Fu swordplay.
Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you. Quickly. Over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me to you.
What's this?
Sword practice.
You're awesome, Master Yun.
See?
Actually, I've prepared...
Huh? You have a gift for me too?
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of swords overnight. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you. But I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner.
Thank you, Master.
Bet you didn't see that one.
The real competition?
I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a... So what do you think, Masters? Does this outfit...
Perfect. I chose it
All right, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves with him.
Wait. We're having actual combat training for the first lesson? Isn't that a bit too intense?
Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. The first thing we're going to do, come on, step forward and strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn.
If you're ready, Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then I apologize.
Please, have some...
Pay close attention, Miss March. Lawful swordplay is all about being swift and agile in your movements. So, sword descent!
Right on time. Ignore him. Strength.
Like this?
Well done!
Bladed
Yes, you! How many can you block?
I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Strike with heart!
You'll make good practice. Bring mountains! Awesome! With a true heart and focused mind, here I come! Nice job! Yes, you! Time to show you what I can Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch it!
Time for swordplay!
What are you mumbling about? Isn't this, sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool? Yeah! Right on time. Yes, you! Slap! Bladed fight! Lead through clouds! I didn't expect the first lesson to be so intense.
Miss March has quick hands and a...
However, she lacks strength, and her strikes were a bit unfocused. But don't worry, that's totally no...
Given the situation, I believe Miss March should...
Her strength! Seriously, do you actually know...
I could ask you the same thing! Dual swords require agility.
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have...
Skilled sword masters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good at, then tackle your weaknesses.
You're quite the theorist.
Theorist? You claim to be able to talk to swords.
Hey, it's only my first lesson.
But it does matter. Just listen to me, Mark.
Aww. pom-pom. We're all good here on the xianzhou Lafu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going? As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice to 2 Cloud Knight sword masters, and I've been honing my sword skills with their... One of them is Yanqing, the boy we've all met before. Both masters are I tried to drag him into this, but he refused. Then I tried. Still, I didn't let thanks to their guide. Looking forward to your...
Well done.
Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance.
Perhaps I might have a shot at beating both masters.
Get real. I've been practicing for a short while. How could that possibly happen?
With your talent, Miss March, if you dedicate a few more decades to training, you might eventually be able to defeat Yun Li.
Decades? But I'll be an old lady by then.
Can you believe it? March 7th has actually become a pretty decent swordmaster in such a short time. Now I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Oh, shut up.
It's all thanks to your amazing guidance, Masters.
Miss March, you're really getting the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on advancing, trying out different xianzhou blades can improve your touch.
Oh, let me see. Which sword is the most powerful? Single sword? Great sword? Or maybe a flying sword?
There's no such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about the skill of the swordmaster. Yanqing wields several flying swords, while I only wield one. But remember how I kicked his butt at the Alchemy Commission?
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right now and see who kicks whose butt?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance. Deal?
Why are you two arguing again? I thought things had been improving between you lately.
There was talk that the leading disciples of the Luofu and Zhuming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train in a... Tomorrow is the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be focusing on honing your skills instead of teaching swordplay here?
You're... Oh, that's right. You're the pink-haired fox from the Yaoqing.
This is Mr. Jiaoqiu, the healer working for the general of the xianzhou Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing. And you were trying to sneak a peek at our training?
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the General's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to interrupt your training. I'll be on my way.
If you know nothing about martial arts, why were you smirking?
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, from my professional experience. Cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your ingredients, for example, golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow boulder...
All this talk about food is making me...
Aren't you a healer? Why are you talking about food?
Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow on the xianzhou Yaoqing is called the Ranja School. It specializes in food therapy. So it's only natural that I know a thing or two about cooking.
So...
I'm a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine. Call me a cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts. But, in reality, I know a thing or two about killing. After all, the art of healing...
Seriously? Trying to save face in front of kids?
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No.
This is called tumble dust, an extract from an exotic flower named yabra.
Is it poison?
Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. However, increase the dose or the potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin and resulting in the loss of all senses. Even long-life species cannot escape its effects. This thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful than the swords in your hands.
That may be so, but still, I prefer settling things with a sword than, you know.
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a sinister and despicable one.
Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here, not persuading you to poison anyone.
Seems like you get real excited when talking about poison. I can't tell if that's an honorable thing or...
Picture this. Two individuals. The one standing is full of malice. The other lying down is honorable and righteous. How can the one who's lying down label the one standing as sinister? In the throes of combat, where life and death hinge on a singular moment, every idea fades into nothingness. The only thing that matters is staying alive. Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth, be it integrity or treachery. In my eyes, their significance is negligible.
Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiaoqiu. We may be young, but we've seen our fair share of war.
Well, then you should know that the war dance is nothing more than a contest. So why are you so focused on it?
When I was appointed as the ringmaster for the war dance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. Why do we have to swing swords in a ring just to please an audience? And this is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is no different than on the battlefield, as your sword reveals the might of all Cloud Knights. The war dance is the perfect chance to showcase martial virtue and forge alliances from all over the cosmos. When we unsheath the sword without drawing blood, we not only display our might, but also the martial virtue of the Cloud Knights.
That's quite an insightful statement, Yanqing. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. I've been on the Luofu for quite some time, but I haven't had the chance to see the ceremony venue for myself yet. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around?
You want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the war dance will be held? Let's go! I bet Yun Li and Miss March haven't seen it either, right? Well then, I'll give you all a tour. Let's go. I'll give you a tour of the Sky Splitter.
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the Sky Splitter.
What's up, Mr. Xiaoqiu?
No, it's nothing.
Do you see that airship in the distance? That's the Sky Splitter, the venue for the war dance ceremony.
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
The Sky Splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until the war dance officially commences. Tomorrow, when the bell rings and the ceremonial cannons roar, I'll be there representing the Cloud Knights of the xianzhou Luofu, standing in the ring, ready to take on challengers from all over the cosmos. Since I was a kid, I've been training in swordplay and the art of war under the general. Every day, I'd swing my sword 10,000 times, and then thrust it 10,000 times. I understand that I'm not like even in the thick of battle. Facing down savage abominations, I never felt scared. Each day, I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger, and I racked up countless victories. It's the best feeling in the world. But then, I faced a really tough opponent, and just one slash shattered my confidence into 1,000 pieces. That's when I felt true fear for the first time. Maybe that's what Mr. Xiaoqiu meant by life and death hinge on a singular moment. Every idea fades into nothingness. After that, I had to pick up the pieces and try to put myself back together. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to find my old happy self again. I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? If defeat is inevitable, why do I continue to fight? Is it to reclaim the joy of victory? To meet the general's expectations? Or to secure my honor among the Cloud Knights? While the general could teach me the art of swordplay, he couldn't teach me why I should keep on going. He said, the reason must come from within myself. I've been struggling to find that reason. But after talking with you, Mr. Xiaoqiu, I think I already have that reason in mind. As a member of the Cloud Knight, when I wield my sword, It feels like I'm letting go of everything. I love the feeling of giving it my all, facing any obstacle in front of me, pressing forward. That's why I wield my sword.
Oh, Yanqing. So young, yet so grown up. By the way, how old...
Age doesn't really matter. All sword masters will understand how I feel.
I get it. Looks like all the kids on the Luofu live tough lives. So, how about you, Miss Yunli?
It's not polite to ask a girl her age, no matter which xianzhou ship you're on.
I'm not asking your age. I'm asking if you have a dream like Yanqing has.
You don't talk like a cook. You sound more like a TV host or something.
Need I repeat myself again? I'm a healer.
Well, I don't have a dream like Yanqing does. The only reason I'm participating in the Ringmaster's Challenge is because I made a promise to my grandfather that I'd win the precious sword he's contributed to the war dance.
Sounds like that mind of yours is just filled with swords.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father was a craftsman on the xianzhou Juming. Because of his foolishness, many innocent people fell victim to the cursed swords he forged. Since I was a kid, it's been clear to me that not everyone deserves to have a weapon in their hands. Giving them a sword is no different than being cruel to the innocent. So, whenever I come across someone unworthy of a sword, I can't help but want to take it away from them. Given that Yanqing is the war dance ringmaster, I'm stepping up to challenge him. To ensure the precious sword doesn't fall into the hands of an unworthy master.
Hey, what do you mean by an unworthy master?
I see. It's not easy for kids on the Juming either. Well, it's better to have a reason for wielding a sword than to be lost and confused. I've saved countless Cloud Knights in my life, and there are plenty of exceptional warriors, just like the two of you.
What happened, Mr. Jiaoqiu?
Oh, nothing. I was just reminded of some old friends and old tales. Judging from my professional perspective as a healer, both of you possess remarkable vitality. Your energies flow like raging fires and mighty gales. The upcoming fight will definitely be impressive. Well, we've seen the Sky Splitter and toured the Stargazer Navalia. I guess it's time to say goodbye for now.
What? You're leaving already? But you haven't asked me about my dreams. I've been working hard too, you know.
It's getting late, Miss March. Unlike you lot, I'm a grown-up bound by responsibilities and duties. The tasks entrusted to me by the General won't complete themselves. By the way, Yanqing, is it normal to have so many people wandering around in an automated area like the Stargazer Navalia?
Actually, this is a restricted area. But since you're all guests, I made an exception, so you could take a look around.
I understand. Well, I'll take my leave. I wish you both the best of luck in the ring tomorrow.
Seriously? I just spent so much time thinking about my dream.
Now that we're done with our tour of the Sky Splitter, shall we continue with our training?
Why don't we
What? You want to secretly practice sword?
You know cramming before a fight never works out. There's some reason. Seeing the Sky Splitter has boosted my confidence. All right. I'll take you out of the Stargazer, Navalia.
Just shut up, Red Fang. This is not a beast ship. I need some time to take care of things.
You willingly donned the skin of a lowly beast to join this mission, dedicating yourself to our glorious cause. And now you're telling me you can't handle it? Do you realize?
I'm doing my best, all right?
When the guns go off tomorrow, all eyes will be on it.
How's that?
Who's there?
Guys.
An impromptu inspection. Why are there outsiders loitering in Stargazer Navalia?
Hey, kids, didn't your parents ever tell you to stay away from the Stargazer Navalia? I know it's an automated facility, but it doesn't mean you can just break.
First of all, I'm an adult.
Yeah, we flew here on a starskiff. Like, whoosh!
Well, I'm not trying to tell you off, but this place is awful.
Big sis, let's go!
Huh? Ever hunt planes? Yeah, sure. Big sis.
Shuha! You should have let me.
Shh, the overhaul is done, and everything looks good. We...
Could you repeat what you just said, Xianzhou?
What did I say?
Big sis, let's go.
Come on. Can't you read the room?
Yeah, anyone could see that. That pink-haired fox tried to say something. I'm pretty sure he sensed something fishy. Since he's not familiar with this place, he just dropped us a hint. But you...
I knew that from the beginning.
That Cloud Knight didn't
What? Is he famous on the loft?
You have a point.
A Cloud Knight, a member from the Skyfaring Commission, and a crafts... I have a feeling that if we secretly tail them, follow my lead, and be careful...
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them.
Don't get too close, Miss March!
We should have just killed those lowly beasts. Those little brats won't take up much space. There are boxes all over this place. Just dump them into one and no one will notice.
Cut the theatrics, Grulock. Even the slightest slip-up could interfere with Lord Moktok's plans.
So where are we heading next?
To check the freight skiffs. We've got a lot of preparations to do. Also, don't forget to take those crates with you. Weapons, supplies. We've got to be well prepared.
So, are they...
I have no clue, but they seem to be moving. Just hang...
Let's just put the cargo here for now, all right? Lord Moktok said that as soon as we're done, we're to board the freight skiff.
Don't worry, I've changed the shipping schedule.
Is it just me? I keep smelling that
Don't be so paranoid.
Looks like they're planning to escape on the skiffs in Stargazer Navalia. They keep talking about their plan.
They're definitely up to something bad.
Tread softly, breathe quietly, and make sure to keep an eye on them. Watch out! They're on high alert! Did he spot us? Quickly, hide!
I knew something was up. Looks like those brats were following.
Why are they coming back? Quickly! Looks like they're planning to escape on the... They keep talking about...
They're definitely up to something bad. Wait, they disappeared. Let's catch up to them.
Watch out! They're on high alert!
I knew something was... Looks like the...
Why are they coming back? Looks like they're planning to... They keep talking about...
They're definitely up to something bad. Wait, they disappeared. Let's catch up to them.
Did he spot us? Quickly, hide! Watch out! They're on high alert!
Don't be so paranoid. Work too hard.
They're leaving. We should catch up to them. Quickly! Watch out! They're on high alert! Did he spot us? Quickly, hide! What are they up to? They're all wearing official...
Never mind who they are. Let's just film.
Look at this. A freight star skiff with enough room to fit at least 20 of my men. I'll let the others know and have them prepare more star skiffs. Once we're past the checkpoint, there will be beast ships waiting for us. Lord Moktok is ready. The revival of our ancient bloodline all hinges on this operation.
What did he just say? Beast ship.
Who's there?
It's those brats! I told you to get rid of them, but you didn't listen, you idiot! Wipe them all out!
Force and need a shine.
Adusa! Die, you lowly beast! The battle.
But I want to know more. Like fire until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
It's nothing. Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Firefly tastes set to the sea, so free! You'll make good practice. Here you go, Master! This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
How is this possible? How did these Foxians...
They're not Foxians at all. They revealed their true form. They're Borisin, just like the bandits I defeated.
Wait, that means...
Well, how did the Borisin manage to infiltrate the Cien?
It's not just a simple disguise of wearing our clothing and shaving their whiskers. They're somehow able to alter their appearance. They even have official IDs for the Skyfaring Commission, the Artisanship Commission, and even the Cloud Knights? Let me check this fake Cloud Knight's tag. Maybe it'll give us Lu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad? Wait!
What's the matter?
I encountered a patrol officer named Lu Jun before. It was a few weeks ago when we were... They can forge official identities and move around the xianzhou without raising suspicion.
Even worse. If you find one
There are more Borisin hiding on the xianzhou. I bet their plan is much bigger than just stealing information. We've got to report this to the Seat of Divine Force.
I am glad to finally meet you in person, guests from the Astral Express. I'm Fei Xiao.
Let me introduce our guest to you. The one dressed in green.
He's the reincarnation of Imbibitor Lune, and the person behind him is the newest member of the crew. I've heard a lot about you. Outside the reports from the Law Fu, the Skyfaring Commission of the Yaoqing has also gathered plenty of information about both of you. I've been eager to meet you face to face for reasons. No, he didn't. That doesn't sound like the divine foresight I know.
Don't worry. Just tell her the truth.
According to General Jing Yuan's report, the Ruin Legion is to blame for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. Over the years, the Destruction's minions have wreaked havoc on countless worlds, and the Alliance has... The damage caused by the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was far less severe than expected, which is good news for us. However, it was... While I trust the bravery of the Divine Foresight and the Nameless, I'm curious about some details missing from the report. Let me be clear, the questions I'll ask might not reflect my actual thoughts, so please don't take offense.
Please go ahead, General. But keep in mind, we can only answer based on what we know. And perhaps you already have the answers to your questions.
You have a clever tongue.
The Merlin's claw is quite articulate. Right now, her intentions are unknown. And
let's cut to the chase. Before the crisis struck, the Astral Express was guided here by a Stellaron hunter. However, everyone in the cosmos knows of the Stellaron hunter's reputation. So,
apart from the Lafu, there are many other worlds suffering from Stellaron corrosion. For example,
To the Express, Stellarons act as roadblocks on the Silver Rail and pose risks to the warping process. And that's why dealing with Stellaron issues...
I've heard about those problems caused by Stellarons. The Express connects various worlds, so it makes sense for you to... Let's move on to the next question. The report suggests that Don Shu, the master of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, colluded with... But here's the thing. Don Shu was just a chief alchemist. Even if she colluded with our enemies and summoned the stuff...
if the Luofu hadn't exiled Danheng, leaving the Vidyadhara with no leader, they wouldn't have fallen into chaos, and there wouldn't have been the opportunity to bring the Stellaron to the roots of the Arbor unnoticed.
Imbibitor Lune was exiled due to his own crimes. Now...
I was concerned about the safety of my companions, so I acted brazenly.
But he returned despite everything. Now, let's consider the outcome. The Arbor was resurrected, and the Luofu required a High Elder to repair the seal and suppress the plague mark. According to the report, Lord Ravager Fantilia is the mastermind. She disguised herself as an ambassador of the Skyfaring Commission and traveled with you.
Fantilia is one of the Heliobi, the energy life forms that once fought against the xianzhou. They're known for their unpredictable and elusive...
Just as he said. When the Ambrosial Arbor resurrected, its roots broke through the creation furnace on the Luofu, accidentally releasing the Heliobus fiend fire sealed inside.
If Elder Huai Yen accepts the explanation, so do I. Oh. It seems that your answers have addressed generals. I am finished with my question.
So, what do you think, General Fei Shao? Have the doubts in the report?
The two nameless have been honest in their answers, even though there are some However, the three questions I posed earlier were not just for the nameless. First, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus grew uninterrupted on the Luofu, yet the 6 charioteers were not aware of it. That was a dereliction of duty. Second, you believed in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy and entrusted outsiders to solve the crisis, even granting them access to the plague mark. That was a dereliction of responsibility. Third, you insist on holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, putting the Luofu back in the spotlight. That is a dereliction of wisdom.
Merlin's Claw. Is this your line of thinking?
From the moment I walked in, I made it clear that the question...
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were deeply rooted. As for the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, I didn't believe all of it. But in the end... And as for the war dance, do you think I'm unaware of the risks? However, risks can also be opportunities. The Luofu has lain low for too long. I believe...
But, unfortunately, ever since the report was submitted, the Alliance has been filled with rumors and speculation. Even with it...
So what are your thoughts on all of it?
As a fellow Arbiter General, I fully understand that personally, I think all these rumors are meaningless drivel. Across the sea of stars, just as what happened on the xianzhou Yaoqing recently.
You mean the xianzhou?
The scouts of the Verdant Knights have sent back reports that Borisin are making trouble again. The Borisin packs that were once divided and scattered have started swallowing each other up, forming larger and larger packs. Moreover, there's an entity named Mongus behind it all.
An entity?
According to the report, this entity isn't actually a Borisin. It's a woman claiming to be the messenger of the Master of Immortality. She's described as having 12 faces and 12 pairs of...
That's
right. You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Patina Justice or the Seer Strategist, I've always had faith in my instincts. so I don't doubt your good intentions. But the Alliance has its fair share of questions and doubts about the Law Fu. So, my plan is to come up with an acceptable answer to satisfy the Alliance.
What's in this plan?
General Jing Yuan, you already know what has to be done. But since you don't want to be the bad guy, I'll take care of it for you. You need the final word from the... And for that, I'll have to ask the two Nameless to visit. No, I'm not imprisoning you. While you're there, I'll ask a judge in the 10 Lords Commission's Interrogation Division to record a detailed testimony with the karmic mirror from both of you. We'll fill in the gap.
I'm okay with that.
Your willingness to help is truly heartwarming, youngsters.
Ben, as the Merlin...
Oh, there's one more thing. This testimony is for silencing the voices of opposition within the Alliance. But I would like to urge General Jing Yuan to listen to the pleas of the Foxians on the xianzhou Yaoqing.
So, you are here for...
Exactly. Hulei is locked up in the Law Fu's shackling prison. Since he is the broodlord of the Borisin, I want to transfer him onto the xianzhou Yaoqing and imprison him there. The recent movements of the Borisin suggest they're planning something...
It makes sense to have the Foxians keep an eye on their arch-nemesis. Since you trust my judgment, I'll repay that trust. What do you think about all...
I was worried...
And as for Hulei, I'll send my lieutenants Zhao Cho and Mozart